cocaine addict Jimmy Dore is claiming that he's just a pothead.
So I responded, I said, "Good morning. I'm a pothead jagoff comedian who spent the last 25 years entertaining drunks in nightclubs. I stand by nothing I've ever said or done, and I'm not a respectable person."
Neither himself nor whiny man Graham Elwood think you should look at the Daily Beast article.
I used to be a handsome man, Justin. Damn.
First of all, town hall.
Damn. So Secular Talk saw this article, and he goes, "Dumbest article I've ever read. Guilt by association 12 degrees removed. Fake, plus fake moral panic." Yeah, of course. By the way, that's the perfect cliff notes for this. That's all you need to know. You don't need to read the article. Just read Kyle Kalinski's tweet. That's the perfect cliff notes, and you know everything that's in it.
Hello, everybody. My name is Graham Elwood, and you are watching The Political Vigilante. We're making Gotham great again because Gotham is insanely corrupt. Oh, why is it corrupt? What's so corrupt about Gotham? We have media outlets that are owned by horrible people that deliberately smear YouTubers like Jimmy Dore. That's what the segment. I'm going to show you all the awful people. And so Daily Beast just put this out. These dirtbag left stars. So they're calling Jimmy Dore, personal friend of mine. I've been on the Jimmy Dore show numerous times. He's been on this show. So now we're all the dirtbag left. Stars are left flirting. These dirtbag stars are flirting with the far right. Their podcasts and shows are full of boogaloos, deep state conspiracies, and even great replacement talking points. Which side is this again? Alexander Reed Ross. So this is really going when Jimmy a month or so ago had that Boogaloo Boy on. And Jimmy was just trying to find some common ground. That's what he's been trying to do, find common ground. And he gets smeared. So this is an opinion. This is an op-ed piece. Well, maybe this Alexander Reed Ross guy has some solid views. Not when I show you who the board of directors of the parent company of Daily Beast are. It's so easy to show how much these people are full of shit. Now, this is clickbait, and this is just something to scroll through to go, yep, Jimmy Dore's a fucking loves Nazis now or whatever.
I'll let some video clips do the talking. These are from a director who did an interview with Jimmy Dore. He seems to have been censored by the Comictelpro actor Dore.
His latest movie is called 2020, The Dumpster Fire. It's Rod Webber. How representative do you think that guy that I interviewed is representative of the Boogaloos?
If you look to, say, Unicorn Riots, leaked chat from Discords, you can hear them in their own voice, very many of them saying all kinds of racist things. So I have to say that there is some merit to what people are saying. I mean, first and foremost, I would even say you need to start talking more shit about Tucker Carlson and his rants about his white nationalism. You need to be talking shit about Tim Pool.
Rod, don't do that. We're not talking about fucking Tucker Carlson. We're not talking about shit I should be doing. We're talking about this fucking guy and the Boogaloo Boys. I'm not talking. What the fuck are you doing?
Oh, okay, well then.
Can you talk about what we're talking about? I asked you about the Boogaloo Boys, and you start telling me what I should be doing with Tucker Carlson.
All right, well then let's go directly to his Twitter threads. And all this stuff. What about all this stuff from Magnus talking about his support of Kyle Rittenhouse?
Dude, I'm asking you about the Boogaloo Boys and what you know about them.
Okay, so
and if what the ADL is saying is correct, is what the ADL saying, is that correct?
What I know about this particular Boogaloo Boy, Magnus Panvidya, in his own words on Twitter, he's talking about his support of Kyle Rittenhouse, and it's a hill that he's willing to die on. When asked whether he's left or right, and whether BLM is more important than what happened with Rittenhouse, he says, he'll die on that hill, the Rittenhouse hill. And he says, I choose both / shrug. I mean, there is some merit to what people are talking about.
Okay, so that guy in particular, you're saying that guy in particular is a defender of Kyle Rittenhouse.
Correct.
Okay. All right. And so, and Kyle Rittenhouse was the guy, was it Wisconsin?
Yeah. The Kenosha,
Or was it
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin?
Yeah, the Kenosha
And
shooter.
yeah. And he killed? Who did he kill?
The Kyle Rittenhouse support is problematic to a lot of lefties. It's like saying, "Oh, we're going to get together with Charles Manson." Oh, okay, but he wrote some Beach Boys songs, you know?
Oh, okay. That makes sense, Rod. That makes sense. Yeah, I would have a problem with that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big problem, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So then what do we do? What do we do when a guy like that shows up with someone from Antifa and Black Lives Matter and claims all the things he claims? What do we do with that guy? Do we not talk to? I mean, you've talked to those
Oh,
guys.
I'd say it's on a case-by-case basis, and what we need to do is vet them more, before putting them out on the internet, to tons of people, to let them just say what they want to say unchecked. I think a lot of people had a problem with you not pushing back on these particular issues. When Boogaloo comes up, the first thing that I'm looking up is I did a cross search of Magnus Panvidya and Kyle Rittenhouse. Boom, there, it's coming right up.
So when you would, okay. So we saw, so I saw a video of him calling for unity, and so we reached out to him to interview him, and I interviewed him, and my jaw was on the floor.
Yeah, and so
And,
a lot of folks.
and so then a lot of folks say, no, Jimmy, that guy's lying to you. So then I go to the ADL and I look up the ADL, and they say, no, that guy's not lying to you. They actually support Black Lives Matter, and they're not racist. So, but then you say that on Twitter he supports Kyle Rittenhouse, and so that
If I'm going to put something like that in a documentary, I'm going to make sure that there's strong pushback against that.
How would I even know to Google that? How would I even know to Google Boogaloo Boy? You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't, like, if I didn't, again, if I went to look up Boogaloo Boys and I went to ADL, it would say the opposite. And so I wouldn't. I've since seen that people say, "Oh no, on Twitter he's talking about Kyle." Well, how would I?
I'd say follow Daryl Lamont Jenkins, follow Annie Fash Gordon.
His latest movie is called 2020: The Dumpster Fire.
What he scrawled on the wall of.
It's Rod Weber. I'm going to bring on an even more of an expert. Our guest is an artist and talented documentarian. His films include The War of North Dakota and Flowers for Peace. So I had no, I had no idea about the Kyle Rittenhouse thing when I interviewed that guy. I was just interviewing him and taking him at face value, and I was pushing back. I'm like, you're supposed to, you're not anti-gay, you're not anti. So, and then I also said, I don't know anything about this group. The fact that we're making it toxic for Americans to talk to other Americans, right? We're in this moment now when our government is abandoning us, and we all know that there might be a civil war coming. It's more important now than ever to talk to people because of COVID, because we're all being screwed by the government. It's more important to talk to. It's called class consciousness. So what you don't recommend? I'm pretty sure you don't recommend that some of our people in our same class we don't talk to, right? You don't recommend that, right?
I recommend that a lot of this talking be done in private. I'm not saying that there aren't ways to publicly do some of these discussions, but it has to be done in a careful fashion.
So be scared to talk to people. I got it. You got to be scared to talk to people.
That's not being afraid.
Because people are going to twist your words and they're going to spit. So you got to be super scared, and let's make sure nobody talks to each other on air, so nobody gets to know what the other side's about. If you talk to a person, just do it one-on-one and never do it again.
No, I disagree.
That's a bad idea. That's not it. But so we'll disagree on that.
We definitely disagree on that.
Yeah. So it's super important to talk to people.
Yeah, you should.
And the idea that we should be afraid to do it on camera is cowardly. So I'm not going to do that.
I'm not afraid to talk to them on camera. Those are your words there. It's not a good idea to put them on camera when we haven't researched them well and you're not giving pushback on the correct points.
Okay. Point taken. That's why I got you here, Rod. I wouldn't, that. And so when it's ready, come back. Let me know, and I'd love to have you back on, and we'll talk about that. His latest movie is called 2020: The Dumpster Fire.
What he scrawled on the wall of.
It's Rod Webb.
Jimmy will walk across. He usually speaks to the camera straight here.
Interviewed a guy, and the corporate left comes at me exactly the way they come after Glenn Greenwald, Matt Taibbi,
Chris Hedges, anybody who's doing good work, that's what they'll do.
True.
So if your film is good, you will be smeared. The CIA, MI6, I got them all coming at me. They're fucking editing my Wikipedia page. They're writing hit pieces at Newsweek and CNN.
Sorry, Mr. Dore. There you go.
Steph
You
does,
might have to come down just a little bit, Jimmy.
Steph does lint control as well.
Yes, she does. So everybody knows I did an interview with a self-described libertarian boogaloo boy, and I was unbelievably surprised at the stuff he was saying. Like, for instance, here it is. Okay. Well, I was told that.
Matter of fact, I'm not the most straight man myself, so.
So that was, my jaw was on the floor when I heard that guy say that stuff, because I had the exact opposite opinion of those people. I thought they were all racists, and they were all anti-gay, anti-Black Lives Matter for sure, I thought. But turns out he was saying the opposite, and I was called a white supremacist for just interviewing that guy. I was boosting him just because I interviewed him, because that's what corporate Democrats like to do. And I went to the ADL, right? What the fuck does ADL? What does it stand for?
American Defense League? I don't know. Let me look.
Anti-Discrimination League. That's what that is, right?
I'm trying to find it. Anti-Defamation League.
Yeah, that's it. Anti-Defamation League. Okay. So, Mike, make the necessary edits so I don't look like the idiot that I am. Thank you. So this is from the ADL, the Anti-Defamation League. And what is the Anti-Defamation League? It's the leading anti-hate organization founded in 1913 in response. So there you go. So it's the leading anti-hate organization. And this is what, from their literature, this is what they say about the Boogaloo Boys. His latest movie is called 2020, The Dumpster Fire.
What he scrawled on the wall of...
It's Rod Webb.
Anyone who takes any time at all to seriously observe Elwood, Dore, and many others that are tied to their hip will see that these are drug addicts. These are losers who destroyed their faces. That doesn't happen from marijuana. It happens from cocaine. Daily Beast versus Jimmy Dore is one of those proverbial fake fights. I really don't have much to add. I'm feeling quite a bit under the weather. I expect in the next week or two or month or two to fully rebound. I'll get back into stamps, one of my special interests. I have Asperger's. I will stop watching these COINTELPRO actors. They've been exposed, and that's that. Hopefully, all the clips I've included into today's show will be enough for anyone who viewed into this. I do appreciate you, whoever you are. Unless, of course, you're from the bad side, the paid fake one. The best case scenario, I imagine, is that all of social media tanks. All of it becomes rendered meaningless. The playing field gets leveled completely. Daily Beast is just stealing from what I did in a milquetoast way. They fit it within the parameters of divide and conquer. I go beyond that because I do this for free and I have a background in social theory. I'm no idiot. I can observe and diagnose people with cocaine addictions. That's what I did with these clowns. They can go to hell. They are paid fakes. They're all tied to Mitchell Helt. I went through all that stuff. You can go through some of my back videos. You can put it together yourselves, or you can take my word for it, or not care. But I'm standing firm with my masters in social theory that this is an outed military shill network.